Thank you, Sally. I think probably doing a massive amount to support students with disabilities in Queen's in comparison to some of us. So last up we have Jane Burns. For those of you who don't know who Jane Burns is, so I'd say most of you probably do, Jane has over 20 years experience working as a library and information professional. She is a fellow of the Library Association of Ireland and sits on its executive board. She currently works in RCSI as a research officer, and she's also an occasional lecturer on the MLIS programme in UCD. And her research interests include medical humanities, digital humanities, which she's going to talk to us about today, information professionalism and health competencies of health librarians. And the title of Jane's talk is Digital Humanities in Ireland and China. Thanks, Laura.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to the short talk today. This presentation is about digital humanities in China. Now, unfortunately, my collaborator, Dr. Wei Wu, was not able to travel back from China for the presentation, so I'll be doing it today for both of us. So why digital humanities in China? Digital humanities is an emerging field. The tools and infrastructure are evolving to support the development of digital humanities and digital projects in China. If we compare the development of digital projects, digital libraries, and digital humanities initiatives in Ireland, we see that the landscape in Ireland is well developed and progressive, particularly within the university sector, especially the work being carried out by the UCD Digital Library. But also in this space are the range of cultural institutions, such as the National Library of Ireland. All of this demonstrates a high level of maturity and development in this area. Our initial research has shown that the interest and awareness are enhancing in various areas in China, such as GIS, archaeology, and digitization of material of culture and folklore. We would hope to see a flourishing prospect of collaboration between the two countries, and not only with academia, but with the broader application. So we've been exploring a few ideas in a couple of different projects, and the one that we have particularly been looking at is one that's being developed by Princeton University in the States. And this is a classical historiography of Chinese history. Now, the site pulls together materials of interest for anyone doing research in Chinese history, and it has a huge emphasis on the Ming Dynasty. Another project that we've been looking at is coming out of Taiwan, and this is the Chinese Civilization Time and Space Project. And this was developed in response to demands of interdisciplinary research applications, and the system aims to construct an integrated GIS-based application to illustrate the time frame of Chinese history and with its contents of Chinese civilization. And closer to home, we've been monitoring this project that's just started at the British Library, which is profiling the digital humanities landscape in China. An area that Dr. Wu has been researching with her local experts since she's been gone back to Shanghai is the digitization and civilization projects being undertaken with various theaters in Shanghai. A main collaborator of Dr. Wu's is Dr. Yang Zi of the Shanghai Art Institute. She has recently published a book on her theaters and urban spaces of Shanghai. This has inspired us to review the very impressive projects undertaken by NUI Galway with the Abbey Theatre and now the Gate Theatre archives projects for ideas and inspirations with our approach in researching how theatre in Shanghai could be linked to urban sociology, cultural heritage, and more related subjects. So how did this collaboration come about? Well, those of you who don't know Martin O'Connor should know Martin O'Connor, because Martin is a great connector of people. Wei knew Martin from UCC Library, where they met while she was working on her PhD. She then moved to Maynooth University, where she took up a post as a lecturer in the Department of Chinese Studies. And during the course of a conversation with Martin, told him that she was interested in digital humanities and asked him did he know anybody who knew anything about the field. Martin thought of me and he put the two of us together. So we have been now working collaboratively since the autumn of 2015. So why collaborate? Wei and I first met in person in Maynooth and then through chats online through interactions, mostly discussions on Twitter with Martin. And we decided that our interests and our approach to research was similar, and we should pursue this subject area further. Our collaboration would help educate each other. From my educational background with a master's in digital humanities from Trinity College, Dublin, and some experience with digital projects, I could inform Wei about digital humanities in an Irish context. and she could inform me about Chinese culture and Chinese studies, specifically from her experiences of teaching and learning about this topic at Maynooth University and UCC. I am also currently researching a topic on the Chinese missions from Ireland from a medical humanities perspective. So as you can see from the logos on this screen, we are both grounded in Irish educational and research experiences. We are both impressed and inspired by the work being done in Ireland in the areas of digital libraries and digital humanities. This short presentation today is hopefully going to make people aware of our interest in the area and potentially identify some collaborators. So what have been our collaboration outputs so far? Well, in February 2016 of this year, we gave a joint presentation, Rethinking Culture and Creativity with Digital Humanities, at an international culture at the Chinese Studies Institute at Chester University. In April, Wei gave a paper entitled Digital Humanities in the Context of Big Data, and she gave this at Shanghai University. And from these two presentations, we have been approached with an invitation to submit a chapter about our work in the Macmillan-Palgrave Hardbook of Creativity and Research. The Palgrave series of publications span a range of research topics, but this upcoming edition is dealing with creativity at work and collaborative research. And I am presenting here today at Conul. So our next steps, we're using this today as a marker to say that we are looking for ideas and for potential collaborators. And thank you.
Thank you, Jane.